I'm actually offering lessons in dancing this morning, if anyone's interested. Especially Tamsin, obviously her daughter thinks that she needs a few moves, so I'm offering, my salary is quite high, so, because I could offer some really cool moves. Anyway, happy Mother's Day to all our amazing mums this morning, including myself. So happy Mother's Day to me. Because this morning in bed, I got a cup of coffee. No expense spare. That was great. It's normal. Sorry, babes. I know, but anyway. See, because in our house, it's the first time in 34 years we've not had a child in the house. So, and normally do get a little bit more than a cup of tea. So this morning, it was quite bleak this morning because we're in that season of life where the empty nest syndrome. So, anyway, I'll move swiftly on to my message. But it's always a joy and a privilege to come this morning and to inspire another generation of mums to raise their children to love and serve God in a world where it is very, very challenging and very, very difficult. I mean, my eldest is now 30. How old are you, Bethany? 30 what? 33? 34? 33? 32. Yeah. Anyway, I know I don't look at her. She's something in the 30s anyway. And when we were raising our children, I thought it was challenging then. But all those years on, I honour the mums today who are raising a generation with, the social media that is invading our world, in the screen world. And, I heard some months ago that even Toys R Us isn't there anymore. Such is the world that, our kids don't want toys, or are we not buying toys? Anyway, that's another subject for another day. But I think being a mum is so important. It's the most challenging job in the world. And it doesn't come with manual. There's no tip 1, tip 2, and tip 3. You just have to get on that roller coaster and hopefully you're doing a great job. So I'm here this morning as being on the road for 30-something years with Bethany and having 4 children and 2 grandchildren. I think I've got something to say about how to give you some tips, not perhaps the world's tips, but the world's tips are sometimes changing. I mean, it's like, even with having babies, they are babies. Babies don't change, but the things that come with babies these days, thinking, why do you need that? Why do you need that nappy bag where you put the nappies in for 6 days and it brings the smell, just pick it up, put it in the bin. And it's like, what? Anyway, I'm a bit old school, but the old school is not always wrong. I'm not a perfect mum, as my children will tell you. So I'm going to invite Joseph on the stage just to encourage you that I'm not the perfect mother. Now, don't be shocked in what you're about to hear. I'm just bracing yourself now. Fasten your seatbelts. And do not call social services or whatever, okay? Okay, Joe.
Mum,
fire away.
You are perfect.
Oh.
Come on. And Beth, how old were you? Are you 36? What? She's 33. That was how old she is. 33.
She's 33?
She is, yeah, 33,
Oh,
Mum.
same.
So...
Yeah, we've been 34 years, so yeah. So.
Yeah. It's amazing. So, come on. Even I don't know what's going on, and I'm on the stage. So, yeah, I mean, yeah. First of all, my mum and dad are amazing because as kids, we're just crazy. Like, especially my older brother, he's just yeah. So I think, yeah, when we were younger, once we were running through the aisles in one of the clothing shops, and you know, you get like the rails, and you know the rails, yeah? Yeah, okay, great. I think me and my brother were like running in and down, and my mum went, Joseph, get here. She yanked my arm, and then my arm came out of its socket, like that.
It clicked.
It was Aaron as well, it wasn't even me, I promise you. And I think Mum went up to my dad when he got home and said, oh, I don't know, go and check if Joe's all right. And apparently I was in the bath like this.
And so, Markham said to Joe, come here, darling. So, thank you, darling. So just tell them something I did great, amazing. So people aren't left feeling, oh my gosh. And she's standing here telling us what to do. You can do anything?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll be honest, like, I've had literally the best childhood ever. Literally, being a pastor's kid is like one of the greatest blessings, but can also be like the worst thing in the world. It can be. But I think one thing that my mum and dad were amazing at, my mum especially, was our home life was always amazing. Like, you know, you might see mum and dad up here on the platform and like see us all here on the platform, but what was always amazing was not always this, but our home life. And yeah, things haven't always been easy with me especially, but my mum's always clipped me around the head a few times and told me to, oh, come on. I didn't turn out this good look, I didn't know reason. No, but it's important, and yeah, like, yeah, I just want to honor you, Mum. Like,
thank you.
You're amazing. You're a woman of God, and more than anything, yeah, thank you for just all that you do and will continue to do. And yeah, I love you lots.
Thank you. So to end that story with Joe's arm, we took him to the hospital, and he had not broken his arm. So what happened is it came out of the socket. That was all. And they quickly popped it back in again. And it was in a sling for about a week. So, okay, everything's okay. For social services, the kids are all fine now, and all four of them are still alive to this day. So. Okay, so my title of my message this morning is Mama B's ingredients to raising the next generation. Number one, in fact, I've not actually numbered them, so I'm just starting and I'll just say which one I'm doing, okay? Yeah. Raising godly children has to be my top or our top priority in our lives. In Proverbs 22, verse 6, it says, point your kids in the right direction. And when they are old, they won't be lost. I believe your home is the single most powerful arena on earth to change a life for God. It's estimated, I've done some research on this, it's estimated that that's 50% of children growing up in a Christian home will keep their faith as adults. Just half of our children. We're here to change that statistic. We're here to change that. not in the world's way of doing it, but in our way, God's practical way of raising the next generation. I read an article some weeks ago, and I'm just going to read the article now, and that will just encapsulate what raising godly children means. A journalist called William Harding Carter, he wrote, "There are only two lasting legacies we can hope to give our children. One is roots, the other is wings. Our children who know they are loved unconditionally are children with roots, and consequently, they're able to stand up to whatever life throws at them. By the same token, when you instill in your children a sense of self-confidence and encourage them to dream, you're giving them wings. And at any time, children are given the will to win, they are already halfway to success. But if you let them grow up without it, they're already halfway to failure. That means, as a parent, you must demonstrate faith in your children so that they can learn to have faith in themselves. Each and every child has within them a God-given seed of greatness. And when you let them know you believe in them, you're watering that seed and giving them a chance to grow. Have you ever noticed how people generally rise and fall in accordance with their level of expectation? When you constantly criticize kids, they grow up to be negative, self-doubting, and fearful. When you believe in them and assume they will do well, they go the extra mile. But by trying to live up to your expectations, it's your faith in them that creates the environment in which they can learn to fly. Give them money, and they'll spend it. Give them resources, and they will squander it. But give them faith in God and in themselves, and the chances are they'll excel in whatever they do in life. Amen. You see, that to me encapsulates what raising a godly child is. For our Adventure Kids team, we are undergirding in the home what you're doing. We are not the sole, Adventure Kids are not the sole responsibility of putting godly principles in your children. We are helping you do a great job. So on Sunday afternoon, when they come home and they're in the car, don't ignore what they learnt at church on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. We're back again on Sunday to get a top-up. No. The top-up comes from you during the week. It's important because we cannot be held responsible for raising your children in a godly way just on a Sunday in 45 minutes or whatever time they have here. So please, we're helping you to do a great job. And can I just say, as I'm on that point, when your child comes home or out of that class, just say thank you to those teachers. Thank you for investing their time into your kids. Because when your children are at school, you don't say, and they've got homework, you don't hesitate to get that homework done. You've got homework to do, come on, let's get on with it. But you never do homework from church to get on with it. And to me, it works both ways. You instill a godly principle, and you instill what the education system is also invading your world to actually do. But you have to raise godly children to stand the test of time, because out there, they need it. Amen. For us, in our Baxter family, mornings weren't always the best time to be having prayer and worship and interceding. Sorry to say that. Our time was often in the car, going to school. And we had the CD, as it was then, which I've still got my CD because I'm quite old school, in my car. And we have the CD playing, worshipping in the car, and then occasionally I will stop that and I will speak scripture over them. Especially the one scripture I used to speak over the boys is that there's a future for a man of peace. And when your children are going to school, they need to carry peace with them. So I used to get, especially Aaron, because he was the one that would cause us to be, it was more challenging in the way that we raised Aaron. But can I just say, when Aaron was about 18 months, we took him to some friends of ours, and they were vicars of an Anglican church, and Aaron was in his high chair, throwing his food around. He's about 2 actually, throwing his food around. And as a mum, I was thinking, oh, not now, please. Just try and be good, try. And I was going, oh, Aaron, please, you don't have to do that. And the vicar's wife came up to me and she says, Lynette, he's a leader. Channel that in him. Don't look what he's doing out there. Don't look at what he is. He's a leader. Channel that leadership skill. And I've never, ever forgotten that. So if your child is challenging, it's because there's a leader in him or in her. So channel that leadership in him and don't catch them being good. Catch them being good. Because, when you're a challenging child, you can always point out, again. Catch them being good, praise them, and thank them. Well done, because there's a leader that is to birth. Hooray. And I used to say to them in the car, you're the head and not the tail. Yeah. Joseph, what are you? I'm the tail, not the head. No, Joseph, get it right. Because Joseph was always the one that had to turn things upside down, inside out, because, Joseph, you are the head and not the tail. You are above and not beneath. You are a leader and not a follower. And so these simple things, we should just speak over them in the car. And also, in the homes as well, sometimes when we're praying for things in the home or for items, don't put too much pressure on your kids like, children, we're going to pray for the gas bill this month because mum and daddy don't have the finances to. That's a bit heavy. Please. Or the electric bill. Let's sit around the table and let's pray for the finances of the gas bill. That is your responsibility, not your children's. But there come times where sometimes in your family, like our family, many years ago, we wanted a computer. All those years ago, we don't have the flat one. It was the big screen and the big tower. And we were praying for a computer. So we've put a label on the desk where the computer was supposed to go or will be going in faith. And every time the children walked by this table, it was, thank you, God, for our computer. Thank you, God, for our computer. They begin speaking out and investing into their future. Because what I didn't want to do is when they are grown now, which they are, they have their own faith for their own children. To invest into their own children, invest into the generation. I tell you now, within weeks, we were able to take the children to a computer office, a business place, and we were able to choose. Well, there's massive computers with them massive stands. And it was like, what? Is this what God has done for us? Great. See, I've got so many of those stories. I'll have you all morning, but I can't because I've only got, how long have I got left, Tracy? Where are you? How long? Where? Oh, here? Oh. I better crack on. Oh, God. Number 2. The power of the dining room table or the kitchen table. Right. In Psalms 128, verse 3, it says, our children are olive shoots around our table. That's actually in the Bible. Yeah, it is. So God must think the dining table, kitchen table, is important. That means that we have a few years to grow and invest in them before they start producing fruits in the world. Over the years, my dining room table has been my best friend, and it continues to be my best friend. Why do I say that? Because my dining room table is where, as a family, we are strong. From they were little to now they are adults, and we continue as adults and the grandchildren to sit round mums and pops' dining room table. Our table has been where we have great food, but it's also a no-phone zone area. So can I encourage you, let this be a no-phone zone, because the phone it's a part of our lives, in every part of our lives, and there should be a part where we put it down. And if it dings, it dings. Put it on silent, because this is family time, and you can't get this time again. It's family time, so we're investing into the future. I've read some interesting facts about the dining room table. Countries with a good food culture also have very strong family values. Interesting. It limits the depression, because guess why? You talk about your day, you talk about your highs and your lows, and you're able to express yourself on the dining room table. And it improves your self-esteem. Get your children around the dining room table and watch them talk. The dining room table, our table, if our table could speak, oh my gosh. It's always been an interesting place to be. Because our dining room table, debates are started, businesses are started, ideas are started, church ideas are started. What about that is what we do around our dining room table, as well as I eat great food. And Aaron and Josie's friends were always around our dining room table. We had friends and friends and friends, and they just wanted to be there. And can I just encourage you, if you don't have a dining room table, get one. It's invested into the future. And also, I'm not saying to have your dinner around your table every day. Just choose one day a week where you set the table and you make it special. And you cook something special, just one day a week. Your children will look forward to that all day. It's a time where they will be loved and appreciated, and it's great. Number 3. Oh, hallelujah. There's a saying that goes, if mama's not happy, nobody's happy. And in my house, this was a case one Saturday morning. Saturday morning in my house, our house, it was chores morning. And so this morning, I woke up ready. Saturday morning, chores, hoovering, tidying, cleaning. So I was ready to go. Because I'm cleaning, so I can't wear my jacket. And so, where does this go on? Never mind, I'll do it this way. So I was in that mode where I'm in business. So I'm thinking, I'm going, okay. But the thing is, the children were outside playing. Oh, that's interesting. Saturday morning, not Friday morning, Thursday morning, Saturday morning. Right, okay. Malcolm was somewhere doing something. I'm thinking, oh. So, as in my house, when Mama's not happy, nobody's happy. In the kitchen door, you know the cupboard doors? I'm not sure you do it in your house, but if I'm cross, the cupboard door starts to slam. And by this time, flesh is beginning to rise. And I'm there. The Hoover in my house can be a stress relief part. And so I was hoovering around Malcolm as well, where you sat there. And he says to me, "Is everything okay?" You don't want it. You do not want to hear that word. And so I said, "Fine. Fine. Are you sure? Are you okay?" At this point, flesh is just hanging. I go over, I go over to my office, which is upstairs, my office, which is the bathroom. And I'm there, sat on the toilet. Help me, Jesus. Then I start to cry because, this pent up. And then, then the one thing you don't do is to look in the mirror. And I look at myself. Oh my gosh. You look a mess. Oh my gosh, why do I do this to myself? Oh my gosh. And after 5 minutes of self-pity, woe is me, nobody cares, they're having fun outside, Malcolm's not bothered. The cleaning the house he's not bothered about cleaning the house. I am. Oh, but Lord, it's like, and then I don't know whether you do in your house, but this is what I had to do over the years. I've started to get a grip. Come on, girl. Dry your eyes. Come on. I've got mascara. I don't know why I'm wearing mascara on a Saturday morning. Cleaning, but anyway, that's what I did. It was dry your eyes, girlfriend. What is your problem? Get over yourself. You have what it takes. You have what it takes. But Jesus, you gave me these 4 children. And you said every good and perfect gift comes from you. And sometimes they're not good or perfect. And it's like, and you said, well, I speak to you have the mind of Christ, Lynette. Come on, you can change this circumstances. You are an atmosphere carrier. Come on, you can change this. You are atmosphere carrier. Come on. You are the mind of Christ. I'm anointed to do this job. I'm only saying this to you, moms, because I've been there. And it's not worth it. Talk to yourself. Get a grip. Get a grip. Okay, I'm going to move swiftly. I've got 4 minutes, right. Keep the rhythm of life constant. Encourage families to even have one night, we have a family night. In our house, it was Tuesday nights. It was non-negotiable. You would die if you said, I've got an appointment with somebody else. Only when they turned about 23, when they first married, then was when they said, oh, Mum, I'm actually married now. I can't come on a Tuesday night. But Tuesday nights were family nights. And on Tuesday nights, we had perhaps a nice meal. And if the funds were low, which sometimes and often they were, it was bean loaf and salad or beans on toast. But we made it very special. Very special. And in order to do the special things on a Tuesday night, sometimes we had beans on toast at home, and then we used to go out for dessert at a restaurant. Woo! You guys are thinking, we do that anyway. But back in the day, this is what we did. We made it special. But we also got dressed on Tuesday night. Because sometimes, when you eat family meet together, sometimes let's get dressed up for each other. We get dressed up for everybody else or to work, but we just made an effort on Tuesday nights to get dressed up. Thanksgiving. Bethany and her family introduced Thanksgiving about 2 years ago. What a wonderful concept. Oh my gosh, I think our church should do it. It's an American day where they celebrate and they thank God for what God has done in their lives. They have a great meal and the children are around. And Unter and Zachary was thanking God around the table for what God has done. I thought, powerful. So that's what we're going to put into our family life going forward, is Thanksgiving. And this year, if anybody wants to do it in their family, it's the 28th of November. So you can get turkey twice in a month. That's exciting.
That's great.
Okay. Another event is always celebrate. Celebrate birthdays. Celebrate any occasion you can to celebrate. Celebrate. Easter, Christmas, celebrate something. And don't just, you can just get some balloons out. It doesn't have to cost anything. You just walk into that room and thinking, oh, I'm special. In my house, still, after all these years, if it's somebody's birthday, we make a phone call that morning and we sing happy birthday to them and guarantee there's banners and there's balloons every birthday. Old or young, we do that. Quickly, happy mums, happy kids. How happy are you affects how happy and successful your kids are. Bring laughter into your home, it's contagious. Just hearing somebody laugh, it triggers laughter. If you ever come to my house, our house, and sometimes I have a deep belly laugh, which I can't stop, and I'm rolling on the floor, I'm spinning on, I just can't laugh. And my kids look at me going, here we go. And they just can't help but laugh themselves. Am I right, Beth? Because I do some dumb things sometimes. Am I on my own? Does anybody else do some dumb things sometimes? Say, laugh at yourself, please. Don't take yourself so serious. Laugh at yourself. Life's too short, please. Stress it. Hang out with families who know how to have a good time and how to have a good laugh. Growing up, we had 3 or 4 families who we used to always do life together, camping together, go on holidays together. It creates that family bond, and it's fun, and that's something to look forward to. Time. Give your kids quality time, not quantity. Give your kids quantity, not quality. No, other way around. You get to. Quality, not quality, not quantity. Okay. Because sometimes we can be on our phone. We're on our phone, our children trying to get our attention, And what attention, the phone's here, and they're trying to engage with you, and you're, sorry, what did you say? I think, but the thing is, you can't do two things at the same time. I think mums can sometimes, but when you're having to do an important text, and the most important person is your child, I think at some point that phone must go away, even if it's for 20 minutes. Say, phone, you're on silent for 20 minutes. You and I are going to talk. We're going to communicate. It makes them feel a sense of belonging, a sense of, this is great. Give your kids, children don't want stuff, they want time. Many parents are working hard to give them children things and stuff, and all what they want is time. Time together, just time. Plan school holidays, go to the park, take your children for coffee dates. On a Saturday morning, we had 4 children. Let's take one of you for coffee dates, so it's that time together. Love your husband. Amen. Life gets busy. He's still your number one. And sometimes with business of life, I've been there where you've got 4 children and you've got their friends and you've got this going on and you've got everything going on, and before you know it, it's end of the day and hi babes, good night, it's a day begins again. Do some special things for your husband. Like sometimes if you do the ironing or not do the ironing, whoever does the ironing in your house, just get a Post-it note and put it on one of his shirts. Just say, I love you. Have a great day. It's the small things that makes a big difference, and make him know that you are still his Romeo. You're his Romeo. All the way around, whatever. I've got 1 minute 34 seconds left, so you get the point. I'm trying to rush now. Okay. So to all our mums, you have what it takes. You have what you need to be the best mother that God has called you to be. God has handpicked you. He's chosen you to raise his children. What an awesome, awesome task. There's no better job you could ever do than raise somebody's husband, somebody's wife. To raise a life that can be a world changer. What better job is there? Any woman that can turn a house into a home and a routine day into an extraordinary day, I tell you, needs to be honored. If I could grab and hug every mum this morning and tell you, you're doing an outstanding job, well done. God will give you everything you need, but you have got to go to God for all that. You cannot do it in your own strength. You cannot do it in your own strength. You could, but you're going to, like your phones, you plug your phone in all the time because you're charging it. But sometimes in life, all the time, we need to be charged by God. Get charged up, charged by God. You cannot do it on your own. So can I just have all the mums in the house, if you're a carer, if you're caring for somebody as a mum, can you stand up, please? I want to get everybody else to applaud you. Let's applaud our mums. You're doing an outstanding job. Well done.